Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have a new lesson about solving linear system of equations by substitutions. In this lesson we'll focus on solving system of linear equations using substitution method. We will go through several examples and examine some special cases, like one have infinitely many solutions and another one there is no solution. Okay, let's start with the first question here. Y equal 4x and x plus y equal 5. The first step in substitution is to isolate one variable in one equation. First, you write to equation y equal 4x and another equation write it beside like this, x plus y equal 5. We need to isolate one variable. If you look at the first equation, you have y here is isolated. Then this equation you're ready to substitute in second one. How? Which one we should substitute? You have y here equal. Then you should substitute it in another equation. How? Just remove this y and write x plus, but replace y with empty brackets equal 5. What should we write or replace y here? Y in first equation equal what? 4x. Then you replace y with 4x. Why we did that? Because when you have two variable, you can't solve this equation. How can we solve it? You should make it in one single variable, not two variable like x and y, two different. No, we needed just one single variable. Like now we have just x and x. In this case, we can combine like terms. X plus 4x will be 5x equal 5. Now, how can we cancel this 5? Divided 5, divide 5, then x equal 1. Now we should find the another variable, y. Where, how can we find it? By substitute with x equal 1 in this equation. Or you can use anyone from here, okay? But it's easy to substitute here. Y equal 4x, 4 you replace this x with 1, then 4 times 1, then y equal 4. Now we have x and y, then the solution will be, we write it as ordered pair, x will be 1 and y will be 4. If you wanted to check your answer is correct or not, this solution should satisfy both equations. Let's check. Write the first equation here and second equation here and check. The solution should be 1 and 4. Then we replace x with 1 and y with 4. Will be 4 equal this 4 times 1. Is 4 times 1 equal 4? Yes. In this case, we said the point 1 and 4 satisfied first equation. What about the second equation? Also replace x with 1 and y with 4 equal 5. Is 1 plus 4 equal 5? Yes. In this case, this answer represents the solution of these two equations. Let's solve another example. Y equal x minus 1 and x plus y equal 3. Like we said, write the first equation here, second equation beside, if we have one variable isolated or not. If we doesn't have, we should isolate one variable. If you look at the first equation here, we have y isolated. Then we don't need to do anything else. Just what? Substitute in the second equation. This y we substitute it here. Then we should cancel this y here and write x plus empty bracket equal 3. What should we write here? This y we should replace it with x minus 1. Now, x plus x minus 1 equals 3. Combine like terms. Then here, x plus x will be 2x minus 1 equal 3. Cancel this minus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, then 2x equal 4 divided by 2. Then x equal 2. What about y? We substitute here to find y. Y equal x minus 1. We replace this x with 2. Then we write 2 minus 1. Then y here is equal 1. Then the solution should be x is 2 and y is 1. Okay, if you want to check your answer, you can substitute in each equation. This is the first one, this is the second one. 2 and 1. Okay, let's check. Replace x with 2 and y with 1. Y here 1 and this x 2. Ask yourself, is 1 equal to minus 1? 2 minus 1 is 1. Yes, correct. Then satisfied. Next one, x is 2 and y is 1. Is 2 plus 1 equal 3? Yes. In this case, we said the point 2 and 1 satisfies also the second equation. In this case, we said 2 and 1 represent solution for the two equation. Next question. First, write two equation beside each other like this, x minus 1 and y equal to x minus 5. Like we said, to solve by using substitution, you have one variable isolated in one equation. Here we have, in first equation, we have y isolated, and in second equation also, we have y isolated. Then we can substitute from in one to another. Why? Because both are isolated, okay? Then let's do like we did every time, just substitute from here in another one. This y we replace it with empty bracket like we did always. The second step, we replace this y with, this y we replace it with what? 4x minus 1. Next step, solve. 4x, this bracket, we don't need it, we can erase. 4x minus 1 equal to x minus 5. We have variable on right side and the variable on left side. We can combine them by move the small one besides the next one. Don't forget, when we move any variable from right or any term from right to left or left to right, you should change the sign of this term. This 2x here, when we move it to other side, will be negative. 4x minus 2x. And this negative 1, we move it also to be beside this 5. The negative 1 here will be, in other side will be positive 1. 4x minus 2x is 2x equal negative 5 plus 1 will be negative 4. Divide 2, then x equal negative 2. Now we need to find the second variable, y. How can we find it? By substitute in this equation. Y equal 4 times x. X here is negative 2, then we write it negative 2 minus 1. Y equal 4 times negative 2 will be negative 8 minus 1. Then y equal negative 9. Okay, check your answer. Solution should be x is negative 2 and y is negative 9. Let's check just one equation. 4x minus 1. Now we replace x with negative 2 and y with negative 9. Okay, in this equation, y negative 9 equal 4 times x is negative 2 minus 1. Okay, negative 9 equal negative positive negative 2 times 4 is 8 minus 1. Is negative 8 minus 1 equal negative 9? Yes. Then satisfied. Then this solution will be correct. If you try also with the second equation, will be satisfied. In this case, the solution will be negative 2 and negative 9. Next question. Y equals 3x plus 8. We write it here. The second one beside here. And we check if we have any variable isolated or we need to isolate one variable in one equation. We have the first equation is y here is isolated, then we can use it to substitute in the second equation. Okay, let's write the second equation without y. Then we write 5x plus 2 empty bracket equal 5. This y we replace it with empty bracket, and what should we write inside? From the first equation, y should equal 3x plus 8. Then we write it here 3x plus 8. Now the next step, distribute. This is inside. Then 2 times 3x will be 6x plus 2 times 8 will be 16 equal 5. The next step, combine like terms. 5x, 6x will be 11x plus 16 equal 5 minus 16 minus 16. Then 11x will be negative 11. Divide 11, divide 11. Then x equal negative 1. We should find the second variable, y, by substituting here. Then y equals 3 times x is negative 1 plus 8. Y equal negative positive negative 3 plus 8. Y equal different sign we do minus, and both sign of bigger, it will be 8 minus 3, 5 positive. Okay, then the solution should be negative 1 and 5, but let's check by substitute in any one. Negative 1 and 5. Here y equals 3x plus 8. And also you should check the another one. I just do one, and you can do another one by yourself. The y here is 5 and x is negative 1. Okay, we need to check is 3 times negative 1 plus 8 give us 5 or not. 3 times negative 1 will be negative 3 plus 8. Negative 3 plus 8 will be 5. Yes, correct. Then satisfy this equation. And you should check the next one also will be satisfied. In this case, we said the solution will be negative 1 and 5. Question number 5. Okay, usually we said every time we should copy the two equations first beside each other, not above. Okay, the second step, we should isolate one variable. Now we doesn't have any variable isolated in first equation or second equation. What should we do in this case? We should isolate one variable. But I will use first one. At the end, I will tell you why I use this. I didn't use the second one. Okay, which one I should isolate, x or y? I will choose x. Why x? Because the coefficient of x is 1. It will be easy when we isolate it. When we use y, you need to cancel 5 and take more time or more steps. Okay, let's now start to isolate x. We need to move this 5, y in other side. Then x equal 5 here is positive will be negative 5y, and this 4 is positive. Now here x isolated in one variable, x isolated in one side, and we can use it to substitute in second equation. Okay, now we write 3, and this x we cancel and replace it with empty bracket, plus 15y equal negative 1. Now what should we write inside here? Replace with x, copy from here. X here should equal negative 5y plus 4. The second step, distribute inside. Positive, negative, negative 15y. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 15y equal negative 1. Combine like terms. Negative 15y and the positive 15y will be 0. Now we have 12 equal negative 1. What is this? Is 12 equal negative 1? This is impossible. If you get anything impossible, this means there is no solution for these two equations. Let's go back to the beginning of the question. Why we start to use the first equation and we didn't take the second equation when we isolated a variable? Before you isolate any variable, you check which one easiest to isolate. For example, if you said I wanted to isolate or use the second equation like 3x plus 15y equal 1. Okay, for example, you said I wanted to isolate x. Then I will move this 15 to other side. It will be 3x equal negative 15y, and this is positive 1. We didn't finish. We need to cancel 3 by division. Then we divide both sides by 3 and each term here. Then it will be x equal negative 15 divided 3 will be negative 5y plus 1/3. Look at here. You have here one fraction. You have here fraction. This fraction will make your substitution more difficult. Then try to avoid to get any decimal numbers or fraction when you isolate equation. What about if you said I wanted to isolate y? The same problem here. 3x plus 15y. To isolate y here, you will move 3x to other side. It will be 15y equal negative 3x plus 1. Now divided by 15, y equal 3 over 15 after simplify will be 1 over 5, and this is 1 over 15. This is more difficult than this because here we have just one fraction. Here now we have two fraction. And imagine you substitute from here to another one like this. It will be so difficult, okay? Let's solve the next one. First, like we know, we said every time, write both equations beside each other. X minus 5y equal 10, 2x minus 10y equal 20. What we need to do first, we need to isolate one variable in one equation. Any variable isolated in first equation or second equation? No. Then I need to isolate with one variable. Which one easiest to isolate? First equation or second equation? When you look at the second equation, we have coefficient of x is 2, coefficient of y is 10. And when we look at the first equation, you can see the coefficient of x is 1 and coefficient of y is 5. Then which one easiest? The first one, and the x. We solve for x, not y. Because y here you have 5, but x you have 1, then 1 easy. How? Just move this 5y to other side, then you finished isolated variable x. This negative 5y will be there in other side, positive 5y, and this is positive 10. Done. After that, we substitute in second equation. Substitute in x, okay? Now, we write 2, we cancel x and make it empty bracket, negative, complete your equation, 10y equal 20. What should we write inside bracket? X here equal 5y plus 10. Then we write here 5y plus 10. Now we have one single variable, y only, no x and y. Now we can solve it. But we should substitute first. It will be 10y plus 2 times 10, it will be 20 minus 10y equal 20. Combine like terms, 10y minus 10y will be 0, then 20 equal 20. This is the second special case we said in the beginning of this video. The first special case is called talk about no solution. The second special case we have is infinitely many solution. If you get something like 20 equal 20, 5 equal 5, it's like a fact, something true. In this case, the solution will be infinitely many solution. We write infinitely many solutions. And thank you for listening, and I hope to see you again in next lesson. Bye bye.